Advanced features of functions. So there are some advanced features in functions also. A. Function declaration and prototype. Then B. Calling functions by value or by reference. And C. Recursion. So first is function declaration and prototypes. In any C function by default returns an int value. More specifically, whenever a call is made to a function, then the compiler assumes that this function would return a value of type int. So any C function by default return an int value. Whenever a call is made to a function, the compiler assumes that this function would return a value of type int. If we desire that a function should return a value other than int, then it is necessary to explicitly mention so in calling function as well as called function. So if we desire that function should return to a value other than int, that means we want that function to return to a value, then it is necessary to explicitly mention so in calling function. So we have to mention it in calling function. Main float AB. So A and B are float. Now printf /n enter any number. So we are telling user, so we first define that A and B are float. Now we are telling user that enter any number. Now scanf %f comma ampersand A. So we are telling that scan that float as A. Now B is equal to square A. So B is a function which is square. So we'll write that afterwards. Now printf /n square of %f is %f comma A comma B. So we are telling user that square of %f, that is float, is %f comma A comma B. So this is function which is square. Now float x. So x is a float. Now float y. Y is equal to x into x. Now return to y. So here are 3 sample runs of program. Enter any number, that is 3. Then square of 3 is 9.000. Call by value and call by reference. By now we are well familiar with how to call functions. But if you observe carefully, whenever we called function and pass something to it, we have always the value of variables to the called function. So we have observed that whenever we called a function and pass something to it, we have always the values of variables to the called function. The examples of call by value are shown below. So sum is equal to calsum A, B, C, F is equal to fact A. So if we were able to do so, it would become a call by reference. What purpose a call by reference serves, we would find out a little later. First, we must equip ourselves with knowledge of how to make a call by reference. So we have to first know that what is call by reference, and we should understand that knowledge of how to make call by reference. This feature of C functions need at least an elementary knowledge of a concept called pointers. So we need a knowledge of concept called pointers. An introduction to pointers, which feature of C do beginners find most difficult to understand. So an introduction to pointer. So we have to understand what pointers are for that. So for understanding call by reference, there is a concept called concept of pointers, so which is important.